Alright guys, we have got an original US version of Atari Tempest from 1981. This was Atari's first color vector game. And this is what we call a survivor, meaning it hasn't really been restored with like new cabinet, new artwork or anything. This is completely original. The artwork on the sides, the cabinet, the coin door, the control panel overlay, and even the marquee overlay, all original and still in outstanding condition, which is pretty rare. These cabinets were notorious for getting like these corners here busted when they're being moved, or these corners up here would get busted because they kind of stick out. So when you're dollying them around, if you're not careful, you end up snapping those weak spots in the wood. These are perfect though. The bottom corners are all perfect. It was actually made with an angled corner in the back for tipping it back onto the wheels. So those aren't busted. Almost flawless. This is probably the nicest Tempest, US Tempest I've had. I've got a really nice Irish one right now that's for sale, but this is probably the nicest US one I've got. And I've got a lot of, I've had a lot of Tempests over the years. The only flaws at all, there was some kind of a security device where two holes were drilled here. Those could be filled with wood filler and touched up, but I thought this thing is so close to perfect, I don't even want to do anything like that. Just leave it exactly the way it is. And it's got some holes here that you can't really even see there. Yeah, you can see. From somebody they probably screwed in a little plastic plate with like a license underneath it. That happens a lot because a lot of states required licenses to operate these. It's got the original back door, and it's running on all original hardware. The Wells Gardner 6100 monitor is rebuilt. I rebuilt it. Has a perfect picture. Tube has very little burn, if any, and you can't, even a lot of burn isn't detectable on a Tempest because of this nice thick tinted glass. But this one doesn't have any burn that can be detected through that. Marquee light is new, bulb and starter. And I put new LED bulbs down here on the coin door just so it would light up even nicer, and it's got a new lock on it, original coin mechs and everything. It's got the original cash box with the original lid. Those are usually discarded early on in the life of a Tempest, but this one has survived. Now the only thing unoriginal is I have put in that little daughter board right there. It's running on the original Tempest board. But there's a guy that sells a little board that you plug in where the CPU goes, and it eliminates the need for all of those EEPROMs. It just runs it off of one WinBond PROM to eliminate all the flakiness that comes from having like a dozen EEPROMs that if any of them have a bad leg, then you get flakiness. It also allows you to do stuff like give the game a tracked sound and stuff, because he enables like a menu system by in that little daughter board. So it's still running on all the original hardware. This is just a way to make the game more reliable. And I'm sitting down here on the floor because I'm going to turn this off and show you this. That it has a menu system too with this new board. I'm going to have to set the phone down. Let me see if I can get this propped up so that you can still see what I'm doing. I don't know. But if you hold down the start button while you turn it on, it brings the game up in a menu system, which is pretty cool. And allows you to like change, for example, you can set like the dip switches digitally. It also allows you to, if you want to, it allows you to play Tempest tubes, which can't remember what the story of Tempest tubes is. If that's something that some enthusiast came up with, or if it's an actual Atari prototype, or what it is. But at any rate, then you exit out of the system. It probably looks in the video, it looks to me like it's flickering. That's just because of the shutter speed on this camera. In real life, the picture is just perfect and solid and gorgeous. But when you try to film these things with a camera, I'm going to turn off the lights in here so you can see what it looks like in the dark. It's a really nice looking game with the lights off. Just the way the coin slots glow and the start buttons flash and the marquee lights up. Just a beautiful, beautiful game. And this way you can see the picture on this monitor is just perfect. Oops, I need to turn the brightness just slightly down because you can see the retrace line there. It's actually not a retrace line on a XY monitor. Anyway. Here, let's start a game. This is a hard game to play with one hand. Very hard to play with one hand. But anyway, you can see it's fully working with sound. I'm not sure what else to show you or tell you. I guess that's it. So there you have it.